So Chainsaw Man, the Reze arc, just got released in theaters, and since everyone already talked about it, I kind of want to have a turn, so here's my take on Chainsaw Man movie that was released recently. Now to give you some background, I love Chainsaw Man. I thought the premise was weird. I thought it was weird that there's a guy with a chainsaw on his head and he's just slashing things around. Like, I had no context about the anime going in. And once I finally binged the first season, I was hooked because like the art style, I know I like yap about art style so frequently, but what I like about this is it's a little bit closer to like realistic, kind of like color grading, while also having like this dream-like haze on top of it. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really cool art style. And plus, I like the ideas of like the devils in the whole universe, like as collective humans, whatever we're scared of the most becomes a powerful version. So like, there's the gun devil. A lot of people don't like guns, so it would make sense it would be hella powerful. So I just like the premise of this, and I kind of spoiled myself with what's gonna happen in the future, but the person who created Chainsaw Man, he's cooking with that story. The chef continues to cook, and he's about to give us his first dish on the whole Chainsaw Man series, which is the Reze arc. Rizzy? I still don't know how to pronounce that, but we're gonna go with Reze because that's what this Redditor said here. Reze. Anyways, just to give you some more context too, when I saw the movie, I saw it in 3D. So a lot of the objects do pop out at me, and in previous showings, my eyes tend to like get really fatigued from looking at these 3D objects for a long time, but for some reason when it's 2D animation, like it's okay. I think it's tolerable, especially the first part, because the first part, you get to meet Denji's love interest in this story, but for this particular movie, seeing it in 3D was actually a benefit, because I was able to kind of get into the shoes of Denji and see what it's like to basically be in the shoes for a little bit. When he was going on his dates, like I kind of got attached to some of the Denji's decisions, and especially when Reze comes up to the scene, like wow, like I can see why Denji fell in love with her, because like how they met was just straight up out of like a chick flick or like some Disney-like meeting. Like it's almost like divine fate, how they just like approach the phone booth together. Now I'm not gonna go too much into spoilers right there, but I kind of like following Denji and Reze and how they kind of like bond together, and eventually leading up to that one big scene towards the latter half of the movie. So one thing I should say is that if you're expecting a lot of action, you're not gonna get it up front. Like most of the action was held towards the last part, and you can see it like how the movie was paced. It's so far ends up in like a steady kind of upward kind of motion until you get to this one scene, and then bam, all hell breaks loose, and then a lot of explosions and destruction that happens, because we all know Reze's real power. If you don't know what it is, I'm gonna probably say it later in the video, but just know the latter half is just such full of destruction that watching in 3D was kind of overwhelming. And of course, it's one of those animations where you kind of have to see it more than once to get the full scope of what is going on, because the animators are going crazy drawing all these scenes up. Like, there was so much detail, explosions, and maybe little things I might have missed because of how fast the actions was going. But forget like the full detail of how the artist was just really making these scenes. You kind of have to see it more than once. But I was definitely not disappointed with the actions. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping to see a little bit more of the cast. Like, I want to see Power or Aki doing some stuff, but we're focusing mostly on Denji for this movie. So if you wanted to see more of like Power or Aki, they're in there, just not for a substantial amount of time. Alright, I'm gonna go into spoiler territory because I want to talk about specific details. So if you don't want to get the video spoiled, just know that if you have some interest in Chainsaw Man, like if you like the show, you are definitely gonna like this. It's a no-brainer. But if this is your first time experiencing Chainsaw Man, I don't know if it's a good starting place. This movie feels like it's rewarding the people who watched the first season, because it's probably setting up the next season too, for all we know. But anyways, like I'm not gonna lie, like Denji's such a innocent, like pure kid. I kind of want to root for him, even though I know like Reze's like full intention with Denji. I still can't help rooting for him, because we've all been there, you know. You want to just fall in love desperately and just find that right girl to kind of like fill that void in your heart. Like just to see him like kind of have this experience robbed from him because people are always after him for the wrong intentions. Kind of like hurts here, man. Like he's such a good innocent kid. We have pure heart, very simple-minded too, but he has good intentions. The fact that he always has these tragedies happen to him is kind of sad. But what is even sadder is he had a little chance of happiness. But guess what? That bitch Makamuk finally came over and stopped all this from happening. already know what happens like towards the end with the whole story, but beforehand, I thought Makima was doing good. I mean, she had good intentions, but there's always this little feeling that she's slightly evil because there are characters in the show that don't completely trust her. And I'm like, why wouldn't they? And then after seeing what happened to Reze towards the end, I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand why people don't like this bitch here, because she's very manipulative, almost like foreshadowing something, but that's getting too far ahead. But yeah, I love the transformation with Reze turning into the bomb devil. Like, that whole sequence was kind of cool. Like, the way that the story was paced, it was slowly leading up to like that part where they go in the festival and she starts getting a little frisky and biting the tongue off, and all of a sudden she transforms into the most powerful devil around, the bomb devil. And then from there it just divulges to more chaos and shit. Like, I love that sequence. Like, if I were to critique the series, the only thing I probably didn't like about the movie was the lack of power or Aki. I wanted to see a little bit more of them, but I understand this is like Denji's story that we're focusing on because it's between him and Reze, so I get it. So that's not much of a big complaint. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with what they cooked up with this movie. I'd definitely recommend to see it, maybe not in 3D, because it got a little overwhelming, but maybe 2D's fine. Or if you have those cool like 4XD kind of theaters where the seat shakes, maybe watch that. Should put that on my bucket list one day. Try it out and see how it goes, but yeah, that's what I think. It's a good movie. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think about the movie, and then don't forget to subscribe and then like for the video, help the YouTube algorithm, and then I'll see you guys on the next one.